Hello, everybody, and welcome to the OU Credit Union Arena here in wonderful Auburn Hills, Michigan. We've got a great one in store for you today. Your Oakland University Golden Grizzlies versus the Eastern Michigan University Eagles. My name is Drew Allison, alongside my partner for the day, Zachary Allison. No, the last name's not a coincidence, and yes, we are brothers. Welcome in, Zach.
Yeah, thank you very much, Drew. We're super excited to see what our Grizzlies got in store here today. Try and build off some of that momentum we had last year and pick up off a couple of early startups that we had so far this year that didn't exactly go too well. So excited to see what our guys got in store here today against a good Eastern Michigan team. Try and shut down that trio that they got there and get to work inside.
Yeah, you know, the Golden Grizzlies in this one come off of three really tough games, three real road gauntlets that they played. Boise State and Kansas, the two big ones, and then Illinois as they finished out that home trip. So going to be a little bit of a rebound game. And the MAC, this is a school that they can compare very well with what they're going to face this year in the Horizon League. The MAC and the Horizon League is kind of like the Big Ten and the ACC. They play a lot of each other throughout the out-of-conference season, so this is going to be a real good judgment game for them, Zach.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, these teams are super familiar with each other. They've seen each other a lot. Super exciting to see how they match up. The Golden Grizzlies did get the best of them the last time out, so we'll see if they can continue that streak here and keep moving forward and build off that momentum that they've made previously.
Yeah, in this series, it is 8-6 in favor of the Oakland Golden Grizzlies. Last year was a great game between the two, but a whole new look for the Golden Grizzlies this year. Alan Mukayla so far has been the best player for them, averaging 12.3 a game. And then Baru Neva-Larua really starting to come into his own. Last year, Coach said quite often that he just wasn't quite there yet. They were still looking for more out of him, still getting him worked into that zone, that offensive scheme. This year, doing double figures in terms of points and almost averaging a double-double with 8 boards as well.
Very exciting to see a lot of the stuff that Baru's done so far this year. We know Campy likes to shoot the ball outside with his talented guys, but after going up against a match against Hunter Dickinson for Kansas, it's needless to say that these guys are super used to the size that they face inside and that they will not be undersized today and they will not shy away from the physicality they'll place from this Eagles team.
Yeah, and obviously size, a big question for this team coming into this year because last year, you know, you had Trey Townsend and Chris Conway, really your two anchors down low. Well, unfortunately, both those guys are gone. Chris Conway moved over to Washington. Townsend over there in Arizona starting for him. He's having a great year. So this year, a lot of new pieces, especially in that paint, and they're going to have to look to try and find different ways to score the basketball. They can't go inside to Conway and Townsend all year.
Absolutely. As much as Campy likes to be able to shoot the ball outside, like he said with Jack Golke and Blake Landman in years past, he's going to have to pound the ball inside, and as he knows better than anyone else, you don't get the 700 wins like he did a couple weeks ago. Being able to pound the ball inside, make the shots against the uncontested guys, and get up and over those undersized guys that they've had so far, like Hunter Dickinson and other matchups they've seen in the past. So super excited to see how they pound the ball inside today, how they take advantage of those matchups and shut down the trio that the Eastern Michigan squad's going to be presenting them with today.
Yeah, absolutely. And Jason Woodridge, obviously one of those big additions, and coach is very, very high on him. The 6'7" graduate senior out of Cleveland, Ohio, recently played at Cleveland State, a Horizon League opponent of the Golden Grizzlies, so he'll get a chance to have some revenge on his former team throughout this season. But he's someone that coach has talked about kind of stepping into that role of Jack Golke last year. Want to see a lot of threes out of him, quality threes, high volume threes. So far this year, they haven't quite gone down the way I think that he wants them to, but even when Jack had bad games last year, coach never got upset. He never got angry with him. He told him, keep shooting because they'll start going down. I think that's the message with Woodridge.
Drew, I think you really hit it on the money. I mean, having the coach's confidence behind you, especially with a respected coach like Coach Campy is it's very powerful for a player, right? Knowing that the coach has your back, the green light isn't going yellow at any point, and letting that thing fly on a consistent basis is awesome for a guy to have that weight on his shoulders taken off and be able to let the three ball fly and do everything that he needs to do on a nightly basis to help his team succeed. Yeah, and the Golden Grizzlies tonight are really going to have their hands tied with a very talented guard from the Eagles. Jalen Terry averaging 18.5 a game, 7.3 rebounds. Heck of a stat line for a guard right there. Yeah, I mean, he's a Michigan guy from Flint Beecher High School, so familiar face for sure for a lot of the Grizzlies that have seen him, whether it's high school, AAU, all those different sorts of competitive atmospheres that these guys have grown up in. So interesting to see how we're going to lock this guy down today, but we saw him knocking down some shots early, and he's going to have to be a big test for the Grizzlies so far, and we're going to see what we can do against him to shut him down.
Yep, so we're going to get started here shortly with tip-off. Out there for the Golden Grizzlies starting this one is Craggs, Woodridge, DQ Cole, Neva-Larua, and Mukeba. As far for the Eastern Michigan Eagles, it is Schneiders, Billingsley, and Christian Henry. And unfortunately, at the moment, I can't see the other guys. We have Arnie Oshlanzek and Jalen Terry, of course, they're star players. We're getting ready for tip-off here. It'll be Mukeba in the middle going up against Deshaun Nelson. And Mukeba will win that tip-off back to Woodrich. He'll hand it off to DQ Cole. He'll bring it up across center court, get a bit of a back screen, and Craggs has it now. He looks to get it over DQ Cole. He'll take it over to the wing, feed it down low. Craggs looking over, just to Woodrich, and a layup, and it's good.
That backdoor cut off the top of the key, slices inside, great pass down low to score the basket high off the glass.
Jalen Terry will bring the ball up here for the Eagles, guarded by DQ Cole. He'll pass it over to Henry. Henry back to Terry. Terry at the top of the three-point line, double teamed, feeds it down low. Shot from the elbow, it's good. Make that two for Deshaun Nelson.
And there we see Campy's defense finding that soft spot in there, and he hits the mid-range jumper from the top of the elbow. Early good sign there from the Eagles.
Eagles come out with a quick press here. DQ Cole gets it across half court very quickly. He'll organize the troops out there. Eastern Michigan comes out in a man-to-man look right here. Woodrich trying to get an elevator screen to get himself open. He does on the wing, and he's going to get a carry on Woodrich. Ball go the other way. Early turnover for the Golden Grizzlies.
Drew, I'm not sure I've seen a carry call happen live in a long time. So it's a good testament as to what we're going to see here from the officials today and how they're going to be calling this game. Very, very close.
Yep, and Terry will bring the ball up now for the Eagles. 2-2 is the score here with just over a minute gone. Ball goes down low, guarded by Naval Leroux. He'll take it down to the block. Spin once again. Puts the ball up, and no good off the back iron. Mukeba, strong rebound right there against Deshaun Nelson. DQ Cole will bring it up. Hand off to Woodrich. Woodrich on the key. He'll circle down towards the middle. We got a moving screen there. Mukeba will pick up the foul on a moving screen. Foul taken by Deshaun Nelson.
2 early turnovers for the Golden Grizzlies is not the way we want to set the tone early. Want to get back to business, organize the troops, get the ball down low, and pound the rock against this undersized Eastern team.
And that'll be Mukeba's first foul of the game. Can't be not overly happy about that one, but nonetheless, we play on. Eagles with the ball now over to the key. Thought about a shot, not there. Nelson down low with it, guarded by Mukeba. He'll take it into the key. Spin to his left, blocked by Mukeba, rejected. DQ Cole gets the ball now. He gives a signal to the troops, brings it up across center court. He's picked up aggressively by Henry. Picks up his dribble, gets it over to Mukeba. Mukeba starts backing down Billingsley. Hands off to Woodrich. Woodrich slices through the paint. Shot won't go, but a foul. Woodrich will be shooting 2.
That's something we love to see there, Drew. Woodrich not settling for the outside shot like he's done so far this year. That's twice that we've seen him today, coming around the top of the key and getting inside to the low basket. Now he's headed to the charity stripe for a pair, too.
Yeah, Woodrich really known for his shooting. Not so much his driving, but different recipe that we've seen here right now is taking Woodrich to the cup and letting him use that 6'7" guard forward combo length to get off those shots.
And Drew, it's something that clearly Eastern hasn't expected so far. He's had 2 clear paths. This one, they kind of hammered it home, make him tough to earn those 2 points. But nonetheless, we're going to go to the charity stripe and see if he can convert for 2 here.
Yep, so as usual, Coach Campy will have all of the guys in the backcourt and Woodrich up there for at least this first shot. Shot is up, and it's good for Woodrich. Make that a 3-2 lead now for the Golden Grizzlies. And he'll take another one, and once again, Campy will have nobody from the team to rebound other than Woodrich there.
And Drew, is that something we see a lot from Campy to where he doesn't put anyone on the low block, just has everyone outside there?
It is something we see quite often from Coach, unless it's a crucial moment where they need a rebound. So no substitution changes here for either team. Henry has it at the top, guarded by Craggs. He swings it over to Nelson. Nelson gets the ball stripped, picked up by Baru. Baru with a head of steam. He'll go up, and he throws it down. Baru, Naval Leroux flushes the ball through the rim.
Baru taking the ball himself. The big man getting downhill, straight towards the basket, and right over to the defender. Boom, posterized.
And the crowd is into that one. The benches stand up as they love to see their big man get an early bucket. Baru steps out on a shooter. That's a moving screen there on Billingsley. Ball will go back to the Golden Grizzlies. 6-2 lead.
What a turn of events there. After 2 early turnovers for the Grizzlies, we get back to basics, get the ball inside, 2 free throws, knock them down, pound the ball in transition with an easy dunk, and the Grizzlies are back on offense here with over 17 to go.
Yeah, DQ Cole with it now, dishes it over to Craggs. Craggs down low to Mukeba. Mukeba backing his way in, left shoulder into Billingsley. One dribble, two dribble. Billingsley tries to pull the chair out from him, but that's going to be a foul. Caught a bit too much of the body there. So it'll be an inbound pass now underneath the basket by DQ Cole. No substitutions here for either team. Mukeba right in front of DQ Cole looking for the bucket, but you got to assume it's not going to go there. And Campy's got a play drawn up. Ball go all the way out to the top of the three-point arc to Naval LaRue. Hand off to DQ Cole. He'll come out to the logo and assess the coverage. Looking for Craggs. Craggs is cut off nicely by Olnchak. Gets it over to Naval LaRue, but he passes too hot to handle. It goes off his hands and out of bounds.
And Drury just took his eyes off the ball a little too early there. You see, you got to catch. Coaches will tell you in football, basketball, baseball, you name it, you got to catch it with your eyes and your hands. It's a two-way job, and Brew took it off there, but I'm sure Campy will not let him forget about that on the next possession.
Jalen Terry dishes the ball over to Henry. Henry guarded by Naval LaRue. Basket Terry. Terry guarded by DQ Cole. He swings it over to Olnichek. Olnichek at the top of the three-point arc. No penetration here by the Eagles. Step back three by Olnichek. And off the front iron. Ball tipped around, and it's back to Olnichek. He'll think about taking on DQ Cole, hand off to Henry. Henry will take it in, pull-up jumper. It's no good, off the iron. Strong rebound there by Mukeba. He'll hand off to DQ Cole. DQ Cole bring it up across the logo. 6-2 lead here with 4 minutes gone in the first half. Ball tipped out of bounds by Olnichek. Pass was intended there for Cooper Craggs.
Drew, we've seen the Golden Grizzlies defense giving Eastern a lot of tough looks on offense. That zone tends to confuse a lot of people. Even the people that are paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to break down the sport have a tough time analyzing Campy's defense and trying to get exactly what he does out of it. So we're seeing the Eastern offense struggle with it so far as well.
Yep, Jalen Jones checks into the game for Cooper Craggs. And you want to talk about a team that struggled with that defense? Let's talk about Kentucky last year in March.
Absolutely. They couldn't find it, but you know who did find it? DQ Cole with that ice-breaking three at the end of the game.
Speaking of DQ Cole, there's an easy layup there. Great screen by Naval LaRue to free up the back cut for DQ Cole to lay in that bucket. Terry at the top of the three-point arc with it now. Double teams by Jalen Jones. Passes over to Henry. Henry down low to Nelson. One step, two step, and that's going to be a travel.
It's a very controversial topic these days, the Euro step being a travel. We saw him take two of them there, and like we saw earlier with the ref and the carry, nothing's getting through these guys in the stripes today. Very interesting to see how this game progresses with those refs being a factor.
So we have an 8-2 lead for the Golden Grizzlies, 15:42 left here in the first half. We've got a media timeout, so we'll be back in just a couple minutes. Drew and Zach, stick with us. And welcome back. Just to recap, it's a 6-point lead for the Golden Grizzlies, 8-2, 15:42 left here in the first half. Golden Grizzlies so far perfect from the field, 3 for 3.
Love to see it out of the Grizzlies after an early turnover with the carry and then an offensive moving screen on the back end of things. Good to see them get back to basics, play some campy ball, feed it inside, take your easy buckets. Now we've got an 8-2 lead here with just under 16 to go.
Yeah, a bit of a possible rocky start, but nonetheless, they got it cleaned up real quick. Jalen Jones with the ball now at the logo, hands it off to DQ Cole. DQ Cole looking for Mukeba to get post up, but he'll step out to the top of the arc to get it. Woodrich was open down low. He missed him. Hands it off to Jalen Jones. Jalen Jones looking over the coverage. Baru comes flashing to the elbow on the right-hand side. He'll take it down low with the left hand. Think about a shot. Dish out to Jalen Jones. Pass too hot to handle, a little bit low for Jones, and it'll be an Oakland University turnover.
And that's 4 turnovers for the Golden Grizzlies so far, so definitely going to have to get organized, draw some stuff up in the timeout. Campy's not too happy about it at the moment, but he's definitely going to let his guys regather their thoughts, get it together, and start working together here on the offensive end to get things together. And Drew, it's also worth mentioning, we have not attempted a single three-pointer yet 5 minutes into the game. Definitely not something we've seen last year out of this group.
Not at all. Campy lives and dies by that three, so for them to not have taken a three-pointer 5 minutes into a game, I can't remember that a time that's ever happened in my time here. Olczyk, he'll shoot up a three, and it's good for the Eagles. Make that an 8-5 game now. Olczyk makes it. Dribbling the ball up now here for the Golden Grizzlies is number 0 as he's just checked in the game. Nassim Mashur. He'll dish off to Mukeba. Mukeba down low. DQ Cole post up, and he gets the roll. DQ Cole with a 2. Bringing up the ball now for the Eagles is Henry. He'll give it off to Olczyk. Henry back with the ball. At the top of low, over to Olczyk. They'll play catch a little bit. Olczyk down low to Nelson. Billingsley, a little bit past 2 out the handle. 3 from Henry. Off front iron. Gets the roll. No, he does not. And Woodrich gets the ball, but he's fouled in the process. Another foul for the Eagles.
Drew, they've missed it a couple times, but they've got that open 3 in the corner. They just haven't been able to hit the man yet. So we've seen them kind of struggle on the offensive end for the Eagles, not being able to sift out this Grizzlies defense and find the 3. The 3 was something that some teams had a lot of success with, specifically U of D Mercy last year in our closeout game for the seniors. Found that corner 3, and it's something that we'll keep an eye on as this game progresses.
Yeah, the thing with that zone is it can expose the corner 3s. It's great the rest of the arc, but sometimes those corner 3s can expose. As Mukeba flushes down one, hanging on the rim. Great pass from Woodrich. It looks like Campy might be upset about that or excited. I can't tell, but he was ecstatic as he sends in a sub. 3 here from the wing, and it's good. Book that one for Yusuf Jihad.
Campy was definitely not happy with hanging on the rim a little too much there. Someone's going to be checking in early. Looks like number 2.
DQ Cole with it now. Gives out to Mashur. Mashur a 3. His 3 is good. We've got a battle going on, baby.
Left and right like the all-star game. These guys are battling from beyond the 3. Whatever you can do, I can do better, 0 says.
What? And that's a freshman there. Now Yusuf with it over here. Olczyk back up to Henry. Henry will take it in low on Neighbor. Dish it out to Yusuf. He'll put up a 3, and it rattles out.
In and out for the 3.
Now Mashar with it. He'll get guarded here by Terry. Terry still without a point, though, for the Eagles. Gives it over to DQ Cole. Picked up by Henry. Neighbor with it now. Guarded by Jihad. This it over to Mukeba, who's guarded by Billingsley, and he's fouled in the process. Got him with the body there.
And he puts up the shot, but we got to remember in college, there's no continuation. So these players love to put up the shot and get a little practice and extra, but it's not going to count, unfortunately, at the end of the day, as the Grizzlies get a quick sub here.
Yep. Couple changes here for the Golden Grizzlies. Number 22, Deng Mayhawk, will check in for this one for Mukeba. Woodrich inbound the ball right now underneath the basket. Looking for somebody. Can't find anybody. Hoists one up to Mayhawk, who eventually gets the ball. Mashar with it now. Gets over to Woodrich. Woodrich thinks about a 3. He'll take it down low. Pull up at the elbow. No good. Ball clings around for a little bit before it's eventually grabbed by an Eagle. That Eagle being Godslav Nwabe. Over to Olczyk, and he's good with the pull-up.
Quick jumper there as they're going to have to settle with what they can get against this defense. They haven't been able to figure out what's going on with Campy's look so far, so they're going to have to take whatever they can get on the offensive end as they draw back to a 5-point deficit.
15-10 our score here with about $8 gone in the first half. Neighbor with it now. Woodrich, he'll hoist up a 3. Off front iron, no good. Battle for the rebound, but it's eventually taken by the Eagles. Quick up go the Eagles. Henry with it, takes it down low to the corner for a 3. Shot, and no good. A little bit too long. Henry with it, swings over to Olczyk. He'll hoist one. His is good. And all of a sudden, it's a 15-13 ball game. Here come the Eagles. Buttar with it now. Swings it over to moves over to the right side of the logo where he lets his screens take place. Looking for Woodrich. Woodrich denied, though. Buttar with it. Almost traveled. The whole bench wanted one. DQ Cole down to Majok. Majok swings it around to Buttar. Goes through his legs. Ball on the ground. Neighbor LaRua fighting for it. He gets there. Gets over to Buttar. Down to Woodrich. But what are they going to call? Not entirely sure.
No signal yet.
Some boos starting to come through. We're going to come to the review now, it looks like.
Did he step out of bounds?
Not entirely sure. So we're going to have a stoppage of play here. Refs talking. It was a shot clock issue. So a shot clock issue pauses that play, and really that madness as we experienced right there. 15-13 is the game. 11:28 left here in the first half. Media timeout right now, so we'll take a quick break and be back shortly. Stick with us. And welcome back, everybody, to the Blacktop here at the OU Credit Union Arena. 15-13 the score in favor of the Golden Grizzlies. 11:28 here left in the first half. Not going to lie, the final 30 seconds before that media timeout was nothing but a bunch of craziness.
A lot of question marks, whether it's schematically, strategically, and even officially with the referees.
Fundamentally.
Exactly. Didn't have a whole lot of ideas to what was going on, and I'm not sure the players did either. Nonetheless, inbound for the Golden Grizzlies, and a layup for the boys.
Great cut there by Cooper Craggs as there was only 3 seconds left on the shot clock. DQ Cole dished off to him and an easy lay-in for Craggs. 17-13 the score here. 11 bucks left in the first half. Yusuf Jihad with it now. Looking for someone to give it to, but he's shielded off nicely by the Golden Grizzlies. That's number 9 now with it, Trey Pettigrew. He'll hand it over to Olachek. Down low, Mukeba jumps over to the corner. Craggs tries to close out, and he can't. And it's a 3 for Jihad. Another one for him. He has been lethal from the corner, 2 for 2.
They're 4-3 of the game. The Grizzlies are going to have to adjust something defensively because the corner three's been open time and time again down the floor.
And Mukeba will draw a foul here on number 13, Godslav Nawadbe. So that is foul number 4 on the Eagles, and Golden Grizzlies only with one foul so far. 5th team foul. Jalen Jones will address the coverage now. Hand it off to DQ Cole on the wing. Feeds it down low to Mukeba, guarded by Pettigrew. Tries to take that left side dribble, spin move, layup, and it's good for Mukeba. A beautiful move down low.
Mr. Fundamental drop steps, powers inside, and gets the reverse layup to provide some extra space for him on the glass. Love to see that out of the big man down low in Mukeba.
Dylan Tingler swings the ball over to Terry. He'll take a shot. No good. Rebound to Jihad. Can't shield off. And it's blocked by Mukeba. Get that out of here. Loses the ball, but it's off of Jihad.
Mukeba making plays on both sides of the floor, both on the glass, too, with the rejection right there from Mukeba. Love to see that. The big man flexing his muscles early in this game.
Yusuf Jihad got the offensive rebound, but Mukeba said, I'll take the block. You don't deserve a shot in my gym. Malcolm Christie has checked in also for the Golden Grizzlies at that last media timeout. On the floor right now is Craggs, Jones, Christie, DQ Cole, and Mukeba. Jalen Jones will run the point with this group out here right now. DQ Cole right now posting up as he swings across. Down low to Christie, now into Mukeba on the block. He'll back in, spin to his right-hand hook, off the backboard and in.
Mukeba really taking control right now, saying if we're not going to be able to pound it outside and get the three ball, I'll take it inside, do the work myself, and get us ahead in this game.
The score now 21-16. A floater there by Pettigrew, no good. Rebound, and possibly a block by Mukeba, maybe a foul too in the process. Not entirely sure, but nonetheless, no points for the Eagles. Jones with it. He'll swing it over to Christie. Christie hoists up a three long off the backboard, and a quick rebound by Terry as he swings up the floor really quick. Dishes it back to Pettigrew. Pettigrew spin move on Jones. Hop step, swings it out into the corner. Corner three, and no good. Rattles in and out. Ball out of bounds, but it'll stay here with the Eagles.
Joe, I think we've seen 7 or 8 corner threes already attempted so far with just under 11 into this game. So they're, at this point, it seems like they're just going to give it to him. Campy's okay with giving them that three ball. Maybe that's something they read in the scouting report that he highlighted and was okay with coming into this game. So I don't think we'll see a whole lot of change, but definitely something to keep an eye on as we move forward in this ball game.
Yeah, the really only one to make them pay on that corner three has been Yusuf Jihad. And no sub changes here for the Golden Grizzlies. A couple sub changes for the Eagles. It only really looks like one guy came off and one came on. It looks like number 33, John Shanu II, is who came on. A little bit of confusion there, but nonetheless, we have it sorted out now. Henry with the ball, guarded by Woodridge. Swings over to Tingler. Tingler over to Pettigrew. His three, rattles in and out off the backboard. Rebound by Jones. Excuse me, that was Deshaun Nelson. Jones will hold up at center court, get some instructions from his coach. He'll let the puppies get organized down low. He swings it over to Christie, but it's tipped out of bounds by Tingler. It'll stay here with the Golden Grizzlies.
And Campy screaming over on the sideline, telling Christie to meet the pass, right? Don't check up early. When you're playing a good team like Eastern Michigan that's got a little more length on you, you got to use every single inch and ounce of physicality you got inside to meet the ball and make sure that your hands are touching it before the guy in green.
Jalen Jones swings over to Christie. Christie to Craggs at the top of the three-point arc, over to Neva LaRua. Back to the wing. Jalen Jones is looking to try and get it to Woodridge, I think. 3 on the shot clock. Hoists up a 3 is Jalen Jones, and air ball as it's taken by Henry before the shot clock could expire. Henry now with it. Swings down low, in on Woodridge. Thinks about a shot, but backs out to the corner. Looks a little bit confused right now, flinging his hands around. Throws a pass down low, but it's kicked by Woodridge. So, ball out of bounds. It'll stay here with the Eagles.
And there we talk about literally using every ounce and inch that you have for this lengthy advantage that the Eagles have. We're kicking the ball out here to prevent the pass down low against our undersized matchup. Not exactly ideal, but not a terrible way to go about it.
I believe the soccer team was the one that did the national anthem, so I'm sure they're proud of that move by Woodridge.
Baseball, but it's the first base extension that we were using right there, Drew.
Yes, exactly. And that's a foul on Cooper Craggs there. So another team foul for the Golden Grizzlies. That's only their second team foul of the game. 5 right now for the Eagles. So next time the Eagles commit a foul on the Golden Grizzlies, they'll get a 1-and-1 if it's not a shot foul. Ball into Henry. Henry gives it over to Nelson. Henry now with it. 21-16 is still our score with $8 left here in the first half. Nelson thinks about a 3, takes it down low, spins off Mashar, puts up a shot, and it's good. Make that an and 1 for Nelson.
Quite a wild surprise there. Fakes the shot out wide. Not something we've expected to see much so far. He had it open. Guy went flying right past him. 2 dribbles, drop step, ran through one defender and put up another one. Bucket, score it, and 1. Going to the free throw line after this break.
Yep, so we've got a media timeout here right now, so we'll take a quick break. and be back shortly with the next 8 minutes of the first half. Stick with us. And welcome back to the OU Credit Union Arena here at Oakland University. We've got a close ball game here, folks. 21-18 in favor of the Oakland Golden Grizzlies. 8 minutes left in the first half. These next 8 minutes are going to be pretty crucial in terms of determining momentum as we head into the second half later on.
Going to be very telling for our game plan as this game progresses and later down the stretch here from what we'll see for the Grizzlies. Drew, I think the biggest story so far has definitely been the lack of three-point attempts that the Grizzlies have had so far. Something that we kind of lived and died by last year was beyond the arc, and how we made those three-pointers was very telling as to how we played the game. So interested to see if we're going to take more of those or if that's not exactly in the game plan against this Eastern Michigan basketball team.
Yep, and that free throw is good there for Nelson. So that brings the score to 21-19 now. Eastern going with a little bit of a press here. DQ Cole gets it across half court, though, without problem. He'll look over the coverage at the eye of the Golden Grizzly, listen to his coach a little bit, give some hand signals to the team, getting the puppies organized. Dishes it over to Christie. Christie over to Woodrich at the top of the three-point arc. Over to DQ Cole on the left side key. Down low to Naval Larua. Back out to Woodrich. Over to Christie. Christie fakes a shot. One-step dribble. Puts up a shot. Fouled on the shot, but no good. So he'll shoot three from the line.
Good look there from Baru down low. Kicking it out. DQ Cole, extra pass. One-step dribble, pump fake. And now we're headed to the charity stripe for three here. And we'll be able to convert those, hopefully, with the young freshman Christie getting out there to see what he can do for us.
Yeah, Christie getting some really meaningful minutes right here. Someone that the team is very high on for their future with him.
On the line.
So he'll take three shots here. So the team will get a nice breather as they chill out back there.
Malcolm Christie.
And still on the floor here for the Golden Grizzlies is obviously Christie, Woodrich, DQ Cole, Naval Larua, and Mukeba. No one at the scores table, so you'd assume that nobody is going to be checking in.
And
First shot is no good.
I believe that's the second three-point attempt that we've seen from the Grizzlies today. 13 minutes underway into this ballgame with the 21-19 lead. Definitely did not have that on my bingo card, and I'm not sure anyone else in this building did either.
Yeah, definitely. And second free throw was good. 22-19 with 7:30 left here in the first half.
For Malcolm Christie.
And these are Christie's first free throws of the season. In case you were curious about why we didn't say a percentage, just because he has no percentage until just now. He makes one of three, so brings his season percentage to 33.33%. Now Terry, the star player for the Eagles, with the he'll send it over to Henry. Henry guarded by Neva LaRue at the top. Bit of a mismatch there, but they don't decide to take advantage. Nelson brings it down low on Christie with the left hand. Jump stop at the free throw line, puts the ball up. Doesn't get the roll he was hoping for. Mokeba with a strong rebound. And now DQ Cole will bring the ball up the floor nice and slowly. 22-19 is our score. 7 minutes left here. DQ Cole sent it down low. Nibaralua flushes it home for the dunk. And he didn't hang on the rim that time, so I don't think coach is taking him out.
The back scratcher from Baru is going to send us into a timeout, make the Eagles burn one as we progress this into a 5-point lead with 6:55 to go here in this game.
A full timeout is called here by Eastern as the coach wants to talk it over as Oakland jumped out to a 5-point lead now here. 6:55 left in the first half. We'll take a quick break and be back shortly with hopefully the rest of this first half uninterrupted. And welcome back. Bit of a quicker timeout than first expected, but that's better for us as we get back to playing ball.
Sure is. More basketball to see, less time to wait. Cannot get it any better than that.
Yep, Henry now with it, working on the backcourt with Terry, trying to organize the troops out there. Terry back over to Henry. They play catch for a little minute there. Henry back over to Terry. Terry takes it on DQ Cole towards the key. A bit of a funky swing pass over there to his counterpart. Pull-up jumper for Nelson, and it's good from the elbow. Make that 2 for Nelson, 24-21, now the lead for the Golden Grizzlies. DQ Cole with the ball here now. Takes it over to the right-hand side towards the scorer's table. Back over to Woodrich, opposite side. Christie in the corner. Thought about a 3, but decides not to. Woodrich sends Christie to the opposite corner, brings DQ Cole to his side. Christie now with the ball on the right side wing. Nibaralua takes it in on Nelson. Pull-up shot. It's good for Nibaralua.
And Baru's a guy that's been asked to step up a lot for this series. He's going to have a much bigger role for this team. Asking him to hit those big shots like that is something Campy's talked about doing, and he delivers right there for his coach.
Something that Neva LaRue wasn't quite comfortable with last year. We saw him take those shots, but he just couldn't quite get the touch of the basketball. Nice to see him knock one down here as Nelson is fouled by Mokeba. I'm not sure Mokeba even meant to do that. Obviously, you never mean to foul, but I don't even know if he was really looking at Nelson, and Nelson unfortunately converted on that shot. So it'll be an and one attempt here for Nelson. 26-23 now is our score.
Just to give you listeners a little piece of information as to how this has gone so far, 5 offensive rebounds for the Eagles, none for the Grizzlies. Been outmatched offensively inside, and that's led to 7 more scoring opportunities for the Eagles thus far. Never mind the 2-point deficit that they're facing at the moment.
Golden Grizzlies, though, shooting that ball at 73.3% from the field. An astounding number, 11 for 15 overall. And the Eagles shooting it at 39.1%. The difference, though, the Eagles have 4 3-pointers. Golden Grizzlies just 1 for 4. That's why our score is 26-24. DQ Cole with the ball now. Gets a screen from Mokeba. Looking for the give and go. And Mokeba denied a shot. Great close out there by the Eagles. Gets out to Woodrich. Woodrich a 3. No good. DQ Cole a rebound, but they'll get it over the back and a bit of a push off. So no bucket there for DQ Cole. It'll be a foul.
And that's something that Woodrich has been asked to do a lot this year. Been able to knock down the 3-ball outside. Just hasn't really found it yet. You know, they say shoot or shoot. Coach definitely hasn't lost his confidence in him as the ball rolls up the floor for Eastern here.
Henry will watch that ball roll up the floor, trying to preserve the clock as we've got 5:20 left here in the first half. Henry takes it to the left side, in on DQ Cole. Cut off nicely by DQ Cole, using the baseline as his friend. Olchek, he'll put up a 3 over Woodrich. That 3, no good. Hits back iron. Quick rebound, DQ Cole coming up, 3-on-3. Hands off to Christie. Christie takes it down low. Swing pass, and it's just off the hands of Woodrich. I don't think Woodrich was expecting that pass, but DQ Cole saves it before it goes out of bounds. We've got an Eagle down on the opposite side of the floor, forcing head coach of the Eagles to take a timeout, it appears, as he is down, and he has been down for a minute.
Yeah, coach for the Eagles there, Coach Heath, was begging the ref for a timeout. The ref's telling him, you have to be on offense to score a timeout. So Coach Heath ends up yelling at his guys to go over there, get a foul, and help their guy out as he's being seen from the training staff. And he's in some pain, but he's up here quick, and he seems to be a little frustrated. Maybe a rolled ankle, stepping on another guy, because he hit the ground quick, and he hit the ground hard. So we're going to hope he's okay.
That is Godslav Mumbayenji on the floor right now. He seems to be getting up okay, really holding his shoulder, that left arm. Maybe just caught a bit of a stinger when he fell on the ground. Hopefully nothing serious, though, for him. Doesn't look to be heading back to the locker room. Takes his seat. He'll get looked at by the training staff. It looks like the refs are going to go to the monitor just to make sure that there was no ill intent in that play. No sort of hook and hold, no sort of forcing to the ground. I didn't see anything myself, but I'm only two eyes.
And from the other two, I didn't see a whole lot either there. I think you hit it right on the money, Drew. But just a clean basketball play. If you're not rubbing, you're not racing, as they say. So as we get the troops organized here with 4:55 left to go, we're going to head to a break.
We're actually going to stick with you here. This will be a quick review. We don't think it'll take too long, so we'll stick with you. Let's talk about what we've seen so far from the Golden Grizzlies offensively. 11 for 16 overall, 68.6% from the field, and it looks like they have confirmed no foul on the play.
It's been a lot of inconsistency from the Golden Grizzlies offensively. Haven't been able to knock down the three ball and have really relied on their inside Euro step, passing, and cross screens on the back end to deliver inside, and that's what's got them with a 2-point lead here with 4:55 to go. But definitely haven't seen the three ball. Only taken 5 attempts, made one of them so far. Very interesting to see from the Golden Grizzlies, knowing this kind of team and how they like to deliver big games has not been their ideology so far here, and we'll see how that goes as this game progresses.
Yep, and DQ Cole, because the Eagles were forced to take a foul there, DQ Cole is now going to shoot a 1-and-1 free throw since they are in the bonus. So a bit of a free possible points for the Golden Grizzlies. DQ Cole's first shot is up and touches every part of the rim but doesn't go down. Rebound taken by Nelson as we have a stoppage of play here. Possibly a clock issue. It appears to be a clock issue as the clock was at 18 seconds. It only reset back to the 20, not to the full 30. Terry will take that ball back up as we got the clock organized here. 4:48 left, 26-24 our score. Henry with the ball, guarded by Christie. Swings over to Nelson. We're going to have a stoppage of play. Foul down low on Mukeba.
And those off-ball fouls, you see Campy's pretty upset with the call. The off-ball fouls are killer, right? You want to save those for when you have to do the reach. You have to do the over-the-back. Those hard-fought, gritty fouls are not something that we've seen so far, and it's just been a little bit of inconsistency from our defensive end there. And they come and go, but Campy's definitely going to have to talk with Mukeba as he heads over to the bench.
The biggest issue with that one is that's Mukeba's third foul of the game. Your starting center now with 3 fouls. He'll sit, assumably, the rest of this half. Cooper Craggs will check in to relieve him of duty.
And Craggs has seen meaningful minutes so far as he's going to get another look today, and he's going to pick up a foul.
Yep, Henry right there just went right in. Cooper Craggs didn't quite have his feet set, so he'll pick up that foul. Still not in the bonus. I'm sorry, they are in the bonus. The Eagles will get a 1-and-1 here now. Henry at the free throw line.
And just like that, Drew, in the snap of a finger, the advantage that you had with the fouls, right? You're going to the line every time for 1-and-1. You don't convert, you give them 2 easy fouls, and now they just made their first out of a 1-and-1 opportunity.
Yep, so that brings our score 26-25. Chance to tie here for the Eagles. And Henry at the line. Puts that ball up, hits front iron, and it rolls. So we got a tie ball game here now all of a sudden.
And Craggs with the inbound to Cole here to start off this possession.
DQ Cole will bring it up across center court. He'll back down on Henry, swing it over to Christie. Christie waiting for screens to take place, gets it up to Craggs out at the logo. Craggs takes it down towards the left side corner, stops at the key, swings it back out to DQ Cole at the top of the arc. Looking to try and get Craggs open down low on the block, but it's cut off nicely by Nelson. DQ Cole, step back 3, puts it up, and no good off the front iron. Rebound, Nelson. Here come the Eagles up and quick, looking to take the lead here with 4 minutes left in the first half. Nelson fakes the shot, puts it down low. Back out to Henley, and it's looked to be kicked out of bounds there by Christie. Once again, we're using our feet.
A little bit out of sorts on the offensive end there for the Eagles. Looking to the corner was Woodrich there, thinking that he's got to get out there to block the corner 3, but all 4 guys were lined up on the same side of the court. He missed him. There was no one there.
And that'll take us to a media timeout. So we'll step aside for a quick moment. 3:58 left here in the first half. 26-26 our score. Bit of a nail biter all of a sudden. Stick with us. We'll be right back. And welcome back to the OU Credit Union Arena. We're getting set here to finish off this first half. 3:58 left here. 26-26 is the score. 7 fouls apiece for each of these teams. I said it before when it was 8 minutes left. Now it's 4 minutes left. Really crucial right now in determining momentum as we head towards the second half of this one.
This middle part of the game, the second half, is going to be super crucial up front, as the back half of this first half is going to be super tough as well.
And a shot no good there by Jihad. DQ Cole will bring the ball up now across center court. Picked up there by Henry. Letting screens take place down low. Craggs sets one for Christie. Craggs tries to get the ball, but a pass just a little too far from DQ Cole. Turnover by the Golden Grizzlies.
And there we fall victim to father time a little bit, right? DQ and Craggs haven't had a lot of time on the floor together to get these live reps with one another. We don't exactly get the spacing right on the pass down low, and there we see a turnover on the offensive end for the Grizzlies.
Jalen Jones will check in here for Christie. Got Jones, Woodrich, Cole, Nebo Larua, and Craggs out there. Terry will bring the ball up here for the Eagles. He'll give it over to Henry. Nelson looking to give Henry a screen. He calls him off, gives it over to Jihad. Back to Henry. Henry with the ball, looking for Nelson, not available. Puts a floater up, no good. And rebound by Woodrich. That was an air ball, by the way. Jalen Jones will bring the ball up here very, very quickly for the Golden Grizzlies. He's picked up by Terry. Two guys that may look a little bit shorter, but man, are they quick, and can they score quick? Jones down low to Nebo Larua. Got that left shoulder into Jihad. Bit of a swipe. Attempt at a steal there by Jones. Nebo Larua puts up the shot, and it's good. A great turnaround to that right shoulder by Nebo Larua. Gets the bucket to go.
And Baru down low on the block tells DQ, get out of the corner. I want this side of the floor to myself. Doesn't see the trap coming on the backside. Turns into it and gets the bucket over top anyways.
Great shot there by Nebo Larua. Ball down low to Nelson. Picked up by Nebo Larua. Ball over to Osoynik. Osoynik fakes one pass. Puts up a shot. That shot no good. Rebound, DQ Cole. Hands off to Jalen Jones. Here come the Golden Grizzlies up the floor quick. 28-26 is our score. 2:20 left here in the first half. Jalen Jones listening to his instructions from his coach. And the Eagles ready to check in here at the next stop ball if we have one for the end of this half. Jalen Jones get the screen from Nebo Larua. Dish off. Baru to the cup. It's good. That's a nice dunk by Baru.
And Baru slamming home for his third dunk of the game. Campy says, if we're not shooting the ball well today, we're throwing it in with two hands time and time again up and down the floor, and we've done it so far.
Ball down low to Jihad, fouled there by Cooper Craggs, and that's going to be Cooper Craggs' third foul. So now Craggs and Mukeba both with 3 fouls. Campy's going to have to bite the bullet with one of them playing center for the next minute 53.
And that's the downside of preaching physicality for your big guys. You see it in football, basketball, any sport, you name it. You preach that, you're going to have to deal with some things. Injuries and fouls, as we've seen so far. Very tough for the Grizzlies in Oakland as we get forward into this game. We don't have a lot of bodies to put down there. Undersized team is going to struggle a lot with personnel issues as we move forward with foul trouble.
And it appears I spoke a little bit too soon as Campy decides not to bite that bullet. He sends in Majok to take over for Craggs. So Deng Majok will check in.
And Majok gives some size to our team, right? We haven't seen that a whole lot so far. Taking out the 6'8" and adding an inch on there. Something that might be a little bit of an X factor to bring into this game that the Eagles didn't expect. Bring some size out there, a couple new faces, see what they can do on the low block.
Yeah, Deng Majok, an incredible wingspan at 6'9", the junior out of South Sudan. Jalen Jones now with the ball, a $1:45 left here in the first half. He'll swing it over to Majok on the wing. Majok will look it over, try and get it to Woodrich. He does, but Woodrich is fouled by Osoynik.
And Woodrich definitely moving off the ball, trying to free himself up. We see a lot of cross screens that Campy's got going so far in these offensive sets. Back screens, cross screens, trying to get our guys open on the three-point line, but really nothing doing. These lengthy Eagles are fighting through this contact. Though they are getting some fouls, they're keeping our guys contained out wide and have only held them to 6 3-pointers attempted so far. So interesting to see there from the Eagles, using their length to their advantage in some creative ways like fighting through cross screens.
And Woodrich will convert on that first free throw, so he'll get one more now.
And Drew, definitely worth noting, we haven't seen a single point yet today from the leading scorer, Henry, for Eastern. So without the single point and without a ton of three-pointers made from our Oakland basketball team here, quite an anomaly that we've got in store at the arena today.
Yeah, just to mention, Jason Woodrich's free throw percentage coming into this one was 50%. He converts both those, bringing this game 32-28. Oakland jumping out to a 4-point lead here. Let's see if they can continue it to gain that momentum into the second half. Down low are the Eagles on Majok. Tough shot denied, and a great rebound there by Woodrich.
And Majok takes one on the chin from Shanu there. Doesn't matter. Gets the rebound down low and plays his part with that 6'9" stature that he's holding on the low block.
Jalen Jones with the ball here, gets it over to Woodrich. Woodrich looking to get it down to Majok. He gets it down there, handoff to Baru. Baru on the elbow, takes it left, inside, puts it up, and he's fouled in the process. Baru will shoot 2 now.
And Baru's really taken over this game. If he's not getting a lot of help from a lot of his guards, he's thinking, I'm getting inside myself, fighting through contact, and now he's at the free throw line to try and tack on another 2 for this 4-point lead that we've got with under a buck to go.
Baru comes into this one with a 75% free throw percentage. We'll see what he can do here at the line.
And he's very comfortable from this spot, right? We've seen a lot of shots from him last year and today at that free throw position off the screens. Knocking down his jumper has been something he's had a lot more success with them this year than he did last year. Something that Campy's called upon him to do very vocally so far, and he's definitely delivering for his coach here that he just delivered 700 wins for recently.
Yep, and both free throws are good for Baru. So our score now 34-28 with 57 seconds left here in the first half. A 2-for-1 opportunity for the Eagles if they want to take it. Henry now with the ball over to Terry. Terry with the ball. He's double teamed by Baru and Woodrich. Looking to get it to somebody. Gets it to Jihad. Gets it over to Henry. Henry fakes a 3. One dribble over to Osoynik from the corner. Osoynik hits the iron up to the top of the backboard. No good. Now Golden Grizzlies with the ball. They'll likely hold for the last shot. Only about a 4 or 5 second difference here between the shot and the game clock. Under 30 seconds now here in the game. 34-28 is our score. Jalen Jones with the ball. Down low to Baru. Baru double teamed. Gets it over to Woodrich. Woodrich takes it inside. Jump stop in the middle of the key. Turnaround shot. It's good for Woodrich. 15 seconds left here in this first half. Here comes Henry with the ball, getting it up quick. 7 seconds left. Over to Osoynik in the corner for a 3. No good. Rebound to Jihad. He can't control it completely. And Woodrich fires off a shot at the end of the half, and it hits the backboard. No good. Wow, what a final couple 30, 40 seconds there. Our score at the end of this half, 36-28.
We'll see if Terry can get hot in the second half for the Eagles. Since he's scoreless so far, that leading scorer for the Eagles, We'll see if the Grizzlies can knock down that 3 ball and get things back to what they know best. But very great effort for the Grizzlies so far, building this 8-point lead against a great MAC team in Eastern Michigan.
Yeah, two things that you didn't see coming into this one. You didn't see Oakland only making 1 3 in the first half, and you definitely didn't see Terry, one of the best players in the MAC, not having any points. So it'll be real interesting to see what we do in this next one. We'll send it back to the studio where Justin Shepard and Harj are hanging out right now. Excuse me, I got a little tongue-tied there. Harjun, Buttar, Justin Shepard are hanging out right now. We'll send it back to them, and we'll be back in about 14 minutes with second half action of this one. And welcome back, everybody, to second half action of the OU versus EMU game here at the OU Credit Union Arena. Drew Allison and Zach Allison sticking with you all night tonight for this one. We got a close one here in the first half. Oakland stretched out a bit of a lead, 8-point lead here, 36-28. Zach, what have we seen so far?
We're seeing a lot of pounding the rock inside from the Golden Grizzlies offense so far. Have not seen a whole lot of success and attempts from the three-point line. Very unusual, as we mentioned in the first half, for Coach Campy's offense, historically speaking. So interesting to see if we're going to get back to that, if we're going to keep moving the ball inside and keeping our 70% field goal percentage that the Grizzlies have had thus far alive and well as we move into the second half with this 8-point lead that we have thus far. And we have also not seen a whole lot of scoring from our star player that we know in Jalen Terry for the Eastern Michigan basketball team. 0 points thus far and averaging over 15 on the year. So very uncanny for a guy like him to be scoreless halfway through a ball game against an undersized Oakland team. So very interesting to see how it's going to unfold in the second half, if they're going to get back to those three-pointing ways from guys like Jalen Terry, and if they're going to keep spreading the ball to their big three that they know being Billingsley, Terry, and Henry so far. So interesting to see if they're going to try and get back to that. If they're going to stick with what's kind of worked so far, getting inside, kicking the ball out, but they are going to have to start knocking down some more of their threes, Drew, if they want to dig themselves out of this hole they put themselves in.
Yeah, absolutely. Three-point has been something that Coach Campy has lived and died upon throughout his career. He's openly admitted that before. Tonight, he's decided to just do neither and just run completely away from it. But the fact is that it's worked. They don't need the three to be in this game tonight. They're winning by 8 right now against a very talented Eastern Michigan squad without a lot of threes made. Really, they only have one three-pointer made, but they made 70% of their shots overall. So as long as you're getting buckets, who really cares where they come from?
And really the telling point when you hear about the field goal percentage differential from our 70 to their 30, you think it'd be a blowout, but Eastern Michigan keeping themselves alive with 5 rebounds on the offensive glass has really kept them in it today, and they've only knocked down 29% of their threes as well. So it's been a lot of bricks that we've seen thrown up behind the arc from both teams thus far. So we'll keep an eye on that as it moves forward, but we definitely expect to see some more success from both of these teams sustained beyond the arc as this game progresses.
Yeah, interesting enough, the Oakland Grizzlies are dominating the defensive board, though, 7-15. And, matter of fact, Oakland has not trailed in this game. We've had a couple of ties here, but time with the lead. Out of the 20 minutes in that first half, Oakland was in the lead 16 minutes and 37 seconds throughout that time as we get ready for play here in the second half. The Oakland Golden Grizzlies are on the floor and ready, still waiting for the Eastern Michigan Eagles to break the huddle over there. 8 assists for the Golden Grizzlies, 7 for the Eagles. Pretty even there, but 7 turnovers for the Golden Grizzlies. 3 right at the beginning of that game. Cleaned it up, though, 4 the rest of the way.
And, Drew, how about this? 26-4 points in the paint in favor of the Grizzlies. Who would have expected that out of a Coach Campy squad coming out of last year's win over Kentucky, where they won that game purely off Trey Townsend and our threes beyond the arc from Jack Golke with 9? How can they expect that moving into this game 26-4 differential as they move to build on that as this game progresses?
Yeah, I'm sure Eastern Michigan was totally expecting a team that, loses Townsend and Conway, their 2 premier players, not to be a significant factor down low, but they have been tonight as Nelson gets the first bucket of the second half to go. 36-30 is our score here. Bringing up the ball now is Jalen Jones. He'll start the second half here instead of Craggs. So Jalen Jones now looking to get it to Mukeba. Mukeba shelled nicely, though, by Billingsley. Woodridge trying to get it down to Mukeba, still shielded off by Billingsley. Woodridge takes it down to the elbow, finally gets it to Mukeba. Mukeba, one dribble, 2 steps, not able to get the rebound, and he slaps the wrist of Terry on the way. That's 4 fouls now for Mukeba, and here comes Craggs. That didn't take long.
And the problem is Craggs is coming to the game, too, with some fouls under his belt as well, right? So not exactly ideal what we've seen here. And we're going to see Mukeba sitting on the bench 10, maybe 15 game minutes here, depending on how the scoring differential plays out and tightens or expands as we move forward. But, yeah, he's going to have to take a seat for a while, Drew.
Yeah, definitely not going to be as an attempted lob pass is thrown up, but Baru said, I don't think so. DQ Cole brings the ball up the court quickly. He'll take it in low. Layup for DQ Cole, no good off the back iron. Baru gets it, swings all the way out to Jalen Jones at the top. They'll reset now. Jalen Jones puts his hand up in the air, waves like he's saying hello to a fan, but he's really just giving a play call. Jalen Jones gets a screen from Baru, goes the opposite way, takes it into Billingsley, into the body. Ball up for the rebound, no good. Osoynik over to Terry. Terry, step back three over Baru, and it's no good. Staying scoreless on the night is Terry. Jalen Jones got a little loose with the handle there, pressured by Osoynik and Terry, and Osoynik will pick up the foul.
And Drew, that's the presence that Baru brings to this ball squad, right? He's not only a big guy that can play with the post, but he's athletic. He's long. He can move laterally left and right. His backpedaling speed was put on display there. One-on-one ball with a shorter offensive guy like Terry moving down the floor. Had no interest in getting into the lane against Baru. Makes him step out for a missed three. Great transition defense for Baru on that fast break.
There's 4 words to describe Baru's athleticism. They are jump out the gym. He has some hops.
He does, and they put him on display there. He did not want to jump with him inside, and he forced that missed three. Another one for the Eagles.
Yeah, Baru now with the ball at the top of the three-point arc, hands off to Woodrich, sweeping around from his screen, gets over to DQ Cole. DQ Cole looking to get it to Craggs down low, but he's shielded off nicely by Billingsley. DQ Cole thinks about a step back. He takes a step back, and it's no good. Tip ball around, eventually into the hands of Terry. He runs up the court quickly, picked up by Craggs. Craggs, a bit of a swipe steal, not able to get it cleanly, but the ball rolls into the hands of Henry. Henry mishandles the ball. Unpaid officials want to travel. Nonetheless, we play on. Nelson with the ball now, gets it from Henry. Nelson turns into Woodrich, thinks about a shot, puts out the shot into the body of Woodrich, no good. Rebound DQ Cole on that air ball. 36-30 still our score here. 17:45 left in the second half. Jalen Jones with the ball, guarded by Terry, looking over the coverage, gets it to Baru. Bit of a fast pass, but Baru handles it well. Over to Woodrich on the key. Down to Baru, just outside the block. He's double-teamed. Over to Terry. Jones, down to Craggs. Out to DQ Cole. No good on that three. Rebound by Billingsley.
And Campy visibly being frustrated right now. Can't knock down the three ball that he loves.
And Terry answers, though, with a three of his own. Says, DQ Cole, I know you can miss it, but I can make it.
From the ear of the Grizzly, too, Drew. He was 5'6", or maybe even 7 feet behind that arc.
For the Golden Grizzlies, they got to be careful now with Terry. It takes one shot for him to get hot. He's held scoreless in this one until that play. A great player he is, so something for them to watch out as he commits a foul on Jones. As Jones got by him, it'll be a reach-in.
Yeah, it's getting pretty frustrating for the Grizzlies here. Not being able to knock down these threes is something that they haven't really dealt with a whole lot so far this season. They find themselves in a position now, they're shooting under 15% from beyond the three-point line, and at a very small magnitude as well. So they definitely need to pick that up here if they're going to keep expanding this lead, which has now been cut to 3.
36-33 is our score. 3 minutes gone here in the second half. Jones with the ball now, trying to get it to Craggs, but he's shielded off nicely by Nelson. Gets around the screen. Days off to Baru. Baru, another dunk. Make that 4 on the day as Baru shows you those jumping out of the gym hops.
Jones getting inside with the little tip pass to Baru, and Baru throws it down with some authority.
Osoynik, he'll hoist up a 3. He converts. It's good for Osoynik.
Back and forth has been the story today, Drew, as they cut it down to 2 with just under 17 to go in this game.
38-36, 16:30 left. It's going to be a real good one as we come down as Jones hoists up a 3, rattles in and out. That would have erupted the OU arena if that one went down. Henry with the ball now, picked up by Craggs. Over to Nelson. Osoynik left alone. A good rotation by Woodrich, but just not big enough to contest with the huge size of Jalen Billingsley down low. Giving up a couple inches there and more than a couple pounds.
And Drew, we see the effects of dealing with foul trouble. Woodrich not going for a heavy contest and risking the foul, taking the smart play out and letting the guy get the easy 2.
Baru hands off to Woodrich. Woodrich over to Craggs. Craggs swings it back out to Jones. Jones down low to Baru. Baru into the shoulder of Billingsley. Puts the shot up. Rolls around and just can't get it to drop. 38-38's our score right now. Henry dribbles the ball down low. Eagles looking to get their first lead of the game. Ball down low to Billingsley. Back out to Nelson. He converts a 3. That's Billingsley. And the Eastern Michigan Eagles have their first lead of the game. And Campy's not happy on the sideline right now.
And Drew, we've seen, I just talked about the big 3 for the Eagles getting involved with their 3 high scorers, Billingsley, Henry, Terry, all getting active here in that second half for the Eagles.
And Cooper Craggs attempted to get a very difficult pass from Jalen Jones. He gets pushed out of bounds, so that'll be a foul on the Eagles.
And Drew, what we just saw was an 8-point lead less than 5 minutes ago, game time, has been cut to 3 for the other team at this point. Eagles build up a 3-point lead with just over 15 to go, in this game.
The speed of the Eagles has been a real problem recently for the Golden Grizzlies, and those couple 4 minutes there, 38-41 is our score. We're at a media timeout right now, so we'll take a quick break and be back shortly. Stick with us. Drew and Zach will be back. And welcome back to the OU Credit Union Arena. It's been a rough couple minutes here for the Golden Grizzlies. Timeout on the floor was called so they can hopefully get back and get organized now. Campy drawn up one of his famous plays that he's known for, trying to get this team some life into him, get some shots to go down. 38-41 is our score in favor of the Eastern Michigan Eagles, their first lead of the game. On the floor right now for the Golden Grizzlies, you've got Craggs, Woodridge, Christie, Never LaRua, and Jones. Bit of a small ball lineup out there. I know they got Craggs, the big body, but you've got a lot of guys who are very quick, very fast, but also some good length out there.
And Drew, so far, they talk about hanging on by a thread. Well, tonight in Rochester, Michigan, that thread has been Baru, right? He's got 14 points for the Grizzlies squad, leading us in scoring by a lot here, really doing everything he can to keep this game within reach. It was on our flipped back to Eastern here for their first lead of the game with 3 here. 15-18 to go as Jones looks to inbound the ball.
Yep, Jalen Jones will inbound the ball. Baru standing right out in front of him. Craggs just behind him, looking for the sweep pass out to the corner to Christie. Denied. Jones has to hoist it all the way into the backcourt where Woodridge goes to get it. Bit of a foot race there. I didn't know we were having a track meet, guys, but we're back to playing ball now.
We sure are as Jones gets everything set here at the top of the logo, getting his guys organized.
Yeah, he'll sweep around Woodridge, take it down low, sweep pass out to Christie in the corner for a 3. Christie, no good. Hits a side iron, just a little long left.
And Drew, the
Baru
looks are
fight
there
for the ball right now. Gets it up to Christie, but no, he'll be out of bounds. Baru, a heck of an effort to dive for that ball, just not able to get the handle on it before rolling out of bounds.
And Campy's got almost everything he wants here, right? He's got the looks. He just had Christie open in the corner with the 3 there. At the end of the day, it comes down to trusting your guys to make the shots. Haven't had Campy's back so far, but needless to say, Coach is not going to give up on his guys. He's going to continue to get them these open looks and trust that they will knock them down as this game goes on.
Score remains 38-41 in favor of the Eagles. Oakland going to fight back. Here's a lob to Billingsley. Not able to flush it down right away. Comes down with it, lays it back up and in. 38-43 is now our score. Oakland's got to look to get back in this one. You can't let the Eagles jump out to too much of a lead and capture all the momentum that you had gathered going into the second half.
Now we got to get it to Baru here. Keep the ball in his hands as much as possible. Feed him on the low block.
Jones with the ball now, but you're going to get a foul off ball on Billingsley guarding against Baru. You talk about Baru getting the ball in his hands. They tried. They pick up a foul. That's positive for the Golden Grizzlies. 14 foul for the Eagles. Jalen Jones with the ball down low, gets it over to Baru on the corner. Woodridge took a 3 from the corner, no good, just a little bit right. Osoynik gets the rebound. He hands it over to Barry. He kind of traveled there with the ball, went up for a shot. I don't know what that was, but nonetheless, Osoynik got the ball, not able to convert, and the Oakland Grizzlies saved that ball before it runs out of bounds.
And we almost had some friendly fire there, getting everything organized just past the half court with Jones and Woodridge scrambling for the ball, but Jones comes up with it and gets everything set here offensively for the Golden Grizzlies.
Jones with the ball now, trying to get someone free from a screen, but nobody can seem to get open. Craggs gets the ball down low, just alligator armed it a little bit, not able to get enough. Hits front iron, comes out. Here comes Barry with the ball now. Henry. And a deflected shot kicks around, and it goes off of Baru eventually, so it'll stay here with the Eagles. Couple substitutions as Woodridge and Craggs come out. Mukeba checks back in along with DQ Cole. Mukeba playing with those 4 fouls. Going to have to be really careful.
Foul trouble is an understatement for how this game is gonna end up here in these last 13 minutes. We've got all of our big guys down inside that are going to hold on and help us out against this taller team that we're going against with Eastern Michigan, all in foul trouble. So definitely going to have to trap a little bit more on the back end and help your guards out with help side defense.
There goes Terry slicing by Naval LaRua, and a rebound attempt, no good. Got nothing but backboard on that one. Nelson with the ball, gets it over to Terry. Terry picked up by DQ Cole. He'll hoist up a 3. It's good for Terry.
And that's what we mentioned before, Drew. We can't let Terry get hot. He was obsolete in the first half, and he's heating up here. Campy's got to lock in on the defensive end and shut him down as much as he can.
You wonder if Campy maybe will go with a 4-man zone and take someone off of that zone to just shadow Terry as he's starting to get hot here. And a lethal player, he is 38-46 is our score. Mukeba with the block, with the ball on the block, trying to get positioning, and he is not able to get it. Goes tumbling to the ground. That foul is going to be on Nwabde. It'll be 38-46 is our score. So good for Mukeba to pick up a foul, or draw a foul, instead of pick up a foul.
And Dre, I think you're just starting to get to it there. Campy's kind of in a position now. He's down 8 points against a MAC team, just under 13 to go. He's got to do everything he can to keep his team in the game, and Mukeba is really one of his answers right now that he has to stick with as he draws another foul.
And Mukeba, will pick up another foul. Campy doesn't seem to be overly happy about that foul, because I think he wanted Mukeba to kick that ball to the corner. It looked like Christie was coming open for that shot, but nonetheless, Mukeba draws another foul.
And you nailed it, but it's really a do-or-die situation right now. You've got to put your best players on the floor. Hope they stay out of foul trouble and be smart. If you want to keep yourself in this ball game, Mukeba's got to be out there.
A three-pointer shot is good for the Golden Grizzlies. Matt Christie gets that one to go. As we are now 41-46. Three-pointer air ball for the Eagles. Ball tipped around and over the back by Osoynik, and all of a sudden, the tides are shifting here. You'd think we're in California with the tides.
They're moving back and forth, baby. They are moving around, and we just knocked down our first three in a while. Hopefully that's a good sign. Sometimes you need to see one to fall. When shooters shoot, they got to see that one fall, and then when it rains, it pours from there, as they like to say. So hopefully these Grizzlies can pick it up here, and they can start knocking threes down and bite a little bit off from this lead that they've built themselves into thus far.
Brings them to 2 for 12 on the day, and that 70% field goal percentage they had in the first half has all but gone away, down to 50. Still a fantastic field goal percentage at 50% midway through the second half, but not quite that 70% that they once had.
Definitely not. And the unfortunate part of that field goal percentage is everything missing there is from the three-point percentage that we're sitting at right now with 17. So definitely going to want to make up a lot of that if we want to fight back in this ball game, which we've just now drawn that deficit down to 4. And Matt Christie walks to the line back now, hoping to get this next free throw to cut it to 3 here for the Grizzlies.
And Oakland already in the bonus with 12:33 left to go as Christie knocks down both his free throws, 43-46. And shooting the rest of the way here could be the deciding factor in this game, depending to see how it shakes out. Oakland really should look to draw fouls here as the crowd starts to get into it. Terry with the ball now. He's picked up by Jones. Swings it over to Osoynik. Osoynik elevates for a shot, and that shot's good for Osoynik from the baseline.
And he's had the stripe so far, Drew. He's been the guy that's seen the ball go up and go in. 13 points here for Osoynik as this game moves on, and he looks to stay hot, and the Grizzlies look to get organized offensively.
43-48. Christie puts up a 3. That one no good. And a ball out of bounds, and it'll stay here with the Golden Grizzlies.
A little bit of a heat check there for Christie. Got to do everything you can right now to stay in this game. And Christie's doing his part, putting up a 3, trying to keep his guys in it. No good, but he's going to keep shooting that ball. You have no doubt about it.
43-48. We're starting to get ramped up here in terms of scoring, pace, you name it. This game is getting good. 11:55 left here in the second half. We've reached a media timeout, so we'll take a quick break and be back shortly. Stick with us. And welcome back to the OU Credit Union Arena. 43-48 is our score. 11:55 left here in this game. 1 foul for the Golden Grizzlies, 7 fouls for the Eastern Michigan Eagles. That could be the deciding factor in this one, the fact that they're shooting the rest of the way.
And with Pharrell Williams happy playing in the background, that's got to be the state of mind for the Grizzlies bench as they saw a 3 get knocked down. You need that one to get another one going. Just see that one fall, and it all comes on from there, and everything works itself out, is what they've got to be thinking right now, is that one's got to be making them feel some type of way that Pharrell's describing at this moment.
Absolutely. And just to recap a little bit, last year I was here for the Military Appreciation Night, which is what we have tonight, and the Golden Grizzlies lost a nail-biter to the Toledo Rockets on a last-second miss by Trey Townsend, another MAC opponent. You hope it's not the same case tonight. Jalen Jones will look to inbound the ball now here. Mukeba's out there with Craggs, Christie, and DQ Cole. A lot of young guns out there. He'll look for a pass to Christie. Can't get it there. Gets it to Mukeba. Mukeba drives that left shoulder in as he gets into the paint. One step, two step, off the backboard and in. Good for Mukeba. 45-48's the score now.
Mukeba getting to the center of the little restricted area there and putting it off the glass. That's something that a lot of big guys have fallen away from nowadays. They like to get that clean swish look, but he's using the glass to his advantage, as a lot of old folks would tell him to do, and it is working thus far from Mukeba.
Henry, a swing pass to Osoynik. Osoynik, a three, no good. Mukeba tips the rebound over to DQ Cole. He'll flip past it to Jalen Jones. Here come the Golden Grizzlies. Chance to tie this one. Jones will hold up at the eye of the Golden Grizzly towards center court. Flip it over to DQ Cole on the wing. DQ Cole looking for Christie in the corner. Denied, cut off by Osoynik. Craggs with it at the top of the key. Out to Jalen Jones, and that's going to be a foul as Mukeba takes another tumble, and it looks like that foul is going to go on John Shanu the second.
And that's muscle on muscle, Drew. The bigger they are, the harder they fall, and Shanu's letting them know that right there, but big guy in Mukeba, those sleeves aren't hiding anything. He's got guns out there, and he's ready to go to war down low if it means he scores a bucket for his team, as he's going to go to the line here and hope to continue that 75% free throw percentage and knock it up a little bit with 2 free throws for his guys.
First free throw, it's a 1-and-1. That one is no good. Rebound over to Shanu. Refs are a bit confused here, not understanding that it was a 1-and-1 as the horn blew for a substitution. So we have an inadvertent horn, and it'll still stay with Eastern Michigan. I believe the officials on the floor and at the table weren't quite sure on if it was a 1-and-1 or a 2 free throw situation, but it indeed was a 1-and-1. We're back to playing ball now here as Terry brings it across center court, guarded by Jalen Jones, picked up by DQ Cole, though as he sweeps around. Ball to Osoynik on the key, and that shot's good. Osoynik hits a 3 from the wing.
The no-look pass, too. Got everyone confused. Little Mahomie out there is what we saw, and the 3 ball gets knocked down.
45-51 is the score now here in the second half. Jalen Jones looking to try and get it to Craggs and Mukeba, but they're both cut off very nicely. DQ Cole with it, guarded by number 30. He'll put that ball up, no good. Ball rattles all around, touches pretty much everybody on the floor, and eventually it goes off of what looked to be Billingsley, and it'll stay with the Golden Grizzlies.
And Drew, are we playing pinball? Are we playing basketball? That ball's going everywhere down low. Guys are getting active. Love to see some physical basketball from our Grizzlies.
A bit of a miscue just happened here. Ball looked to be kicked off of a player, but didn't quite go out of bounds. Eventually, Jalen Jones comes up with it, and we're going to have a charge
and
here
Mukeba's
now.
Gone.
And it looks like that'll go on Mukeba. He's done for the day with 10:15 left. So Oakland Golden Grizzlies are going to lose their big man. So Woodrich will check back in from Mukeba. He'll take a seat for the rest of the game. The unpaid officials in attendance don't enjoy that one, but nonetheless, we'll play on. Jalen Jones will exit the game as well, and Baru will check in.
And Campy's not happy about that. Rarely do you see Coach Campley speechless with a pair after a foul. He didn't have a lot for Mukeba to say there, and I'm sure Mukeba doesn't need to hear anything either. He knows what he's done, and that's a risky run when you put a guy in with 15 minutes to go with 4 fouls. Flirting on the edge, there was some danger, and they've got to pay the price for it right now.
Worth noting also Isaiah Jones not available tonight, still recovering from a leg injury. Hopefully to be available later this season, but a key piece of the team last year. Coach Campy called him the glue of the team, still unavailable tonight as a pull-up jumper is good there for Henry. Score now 45-53. Oakland got to look to get back in this one. They clawed back to a 3-point deficit, but now they're back out to 8. Ball up over to Cooper Craggs. He'll swing it towards the wing. Looking for someone. DQ Cole will pop out to grab it from him. Outside the arc. Swings over to Woodrich. Woodrich, and we're going to get an off-ball foul, it looks like.
Moving screen.
Be on 25, Cooper Craggs. Moving screen on him.
And Drew, I think we've got to get Baru back involved if we want to get back in this ball game. it's going to be rough, but I mean, with an 8-point deficit, he's been the one that sustained success inside so far, and with the deficits we're seeing outside, we're going to have to stick to what we know best at the moment and pound the ball inside, take our easy points.
Yeah, Baru, the leading scorer for the Golden Grizzlies, with 14 as the fouls committed by Craggs. Going up for that shot was Billingsley, so Billingsley will go shoot 2, but Baru, 14 points on the game, their leading scorer. They really got to lean on him and Woodrich, who also has 8. Alan David Mukeba exited this game with 8 points, so he is no longer available.
And Craggs is no longer available either. He just fouled out as well. So our 2 big guys inside are going to be done for a while. Craggs, the guy that we really brought in to back up Mukeba and shed some of that the weight that he took off when he was out with those fouls, is also done for the day. So foul trouble has been the name of the game there for the Grizzlies, and it sucks to see those 2 guys get out there early.
Yeah, so Oakland's really going to have to look and see how comfortable is Coach at digging into his bench. Does he pull in the Hoth brothers maybe, or Majok? Really, how comfortable is he at digging in, and how comfortable is he with Baru playing the 5?
And we saw him bring Majok in earlier, and I saw a lot of stuff that I liked out of him. He was getting physical. Even though he's a thinner, longer frame, he didn't have any problem putting his body out on the line for his guys. He got in there and made him work.
And right now, out-rebounded are the Golden Grizzlies on that free throw. It looked like Jihad was able to get that board. Not able to get the second chance bucket to go. So Jalen Jones grabs that rebound, brings it up. He's looking it over right now. Gets a screen from Baru, swings it over to Christie. Christie will come out towards the center. Back down to Woodrich. Woodrich over to DQ Cole, but DQ Cole is fouled by Osoynik. Bit of a mismatch there. Osoynik a lot bigger than DQ Cole. Would be interesting to see if DQ Cole was able to beat him to the cup. But DQ Cole will shoot some free throws here. 9 free throws now on Eastern Michigan Eagles. So after this foul, the Golden Grizzlies will be shooting 2 the rest of the way.
And you see Woodrich really trying to do everything he can there to get involved. He's trying to do as much off-ball Steph Curry-like movement as he can to find himself in an open spot to get the ball out. But he just hasn't been able to find himself in those spots in their zone, man-to-man, whatever it is that they're running, to release that ball and let it fly like he's done a lot so far this year. So have to tip your cap a little bit to the defense and the length that they've been making you struggle with day in and day out with this time up and down the floor that they've been hitting him with.
DQ Cole good for both of those free throws. Score now 47-54. 9 minutes left here in the second half. Coming down to the wire, it looks like. Terry brings the ball up across half court. He's picked up by Jalen Jones. Delays a little bit, gets it over to Jihad. Jihad takes it down low onto DQ Cole. Tries to do a bit of a flip-up. Somehow Osoynik comes from who knows where to get that rebound. Terry now with it, tight ropes the baseline into Jihad, and he flushes down one.
And Cole's upset. He's telling everyone, I'm 6'3", this guy's 6'8". What am I supposed to do? He's finding himself one-on-one down low against these taller guys that just put a dunk on him. So Cole's going to have to get his guys organized and take on a leadership role.
Jones hoists up a 3. It's good for Jalen Jones. Put 3 on the board. 50-56 is our score.
And that's one way to fight back with the 3 ball. They can have those 2s all they want, but if we're going to tack on 1 each time, that deficit's got to get lower mathematically, and they're using that to their advantage thus far.
Jalen Jones energized on defense right there. A little bit of a body, put up a shot, and Jones will get the rebound. Wanting a travel are the Golden Grizzlies, but not to be had as Henry draws the foul on Jones. That'll bring us to immediate timeout. This one's getting closer and closer as the minutes go by. 7:54 left here. 50-56 is our score. Brings us to immediate timeout, so we'll take a quick break. Stick with us. And welcome back, everyone, to the OU Credit Union Arena. Drew and Zach still here with you. 50-56 is our score here. Just under 8 minutes left in this one. It could be a nail-biter down to the wire.
It's definitely shaping up to be as one right now. Under 8 minutes to go, 6-point ball game. We saw a lot of Oakland building on their lead in the first half, getting it up to 8 at the half. Came out a little cold, and obviously Eastern Michigan came out on the opposite end of that spectrum, building up to an 8-point lead, cut it down to 6. Recently hit a 3-ball that brought some life back into this gym that the Oakland Golden Grizzlies are going to hope to build on here.
Something worthy of noting, the Golden Grizzlies in that first half had 16 defensive rebounds. So far in the second half, so far total in the game, they've got 20. 4 rebounds here in the second half. And for the Eagles, they had 7 in that first half, 17 now total in the game. Golden Grizzlies getting out-rebounded defensively is probably a big key in this one.
Absolutely it is. And it's paid its dividends so far.
And great D by Woodridge there. We're going to have a jump ball as he ties up Nelson.
Possession arrow with the Golden Grizzlies here.
Oakland will take over that one. It'll be a registered turnover for the Eagles. Jalen Jones wastes no time bringing that ball up across half court. He'll look over the coverage now as he's picked up by Terry. Sweeping across the floor is Christie. Jones gets a quick screen from Baru, but he decides not to take it and loses the handle on that ball, and it rolls out of bounds. Can't be not too thrilled about that one, but I've seen him be angrier.
We've got what we wanted there. We ran that cross screen and had Christie running across there. Faked the 3 to him, opened up the isolation for Jones, just couldn't handle the handle as he got into the paint.
Terry now gets the ball at center court. He'll get a couple screens from his big men, Billingsley and Nelson. Ball over to Nelson, picked up by DQ Cole. This is the mismatch if the Eagles take advantage. Shot by Billingsley, though, and it's good. Shot that one over the top of Christie. 50-58 is our score. 7 minutes left here in the second half. Jalen Jones with the ball now. Christie sweeping across the floor once again. Here comes Baru for that high screen. Jones decides to take it this time. DQ Cole down to the baseline. Backs in. Puts that ball up, and it's good.
6'3" is DQ Cole, but he's playing with a lot bigger of a heart. Getting inside, pushing his back into the defender, and using that glass to the advantage to knock down a 2 and cut this deficit to 6.
He had the 6'3" Christian Henry on him. 6'3" on 6'3", DQ Cole able to win that one. Henry sends that ball down to Nelson. Billingsley slips right by DQ Cole, and that's an easy bucket for Billingsley. Great find there by Nelson. Jalen Jones will bring that ball up across half court. Oakland getting organized out there. Here comes Christie sweeping across the top of the arc. Baru will give that first high screen as usual. Looking for the pick and roll, and that ball is kicked. We're back to playing soccer, folks.
We sure are.
And Majok will check in for Christie. So Oakland realizing that they're possibly a little bit too small right now. We know they have to play small ball as they've lost Craggs and Mukeba, but they decided to bring in Majok to try and counteract that size of Billingsley and Nelson both out there at the same time. Jones with the ball now at the top. He'll take it down low, gets by, and that ball, it looks to be swatted, and we'll get a foul in the process. So the ball kind of flew into the 9th row of the bleachers, general admission, and we'll get a foul in the process. So Jalen Jones will go to the line shooting 2. 52-60 left here. 52-60 is our score here. 6:11 left on the board here. 10 fouls for the Eagles, 5 fouls for the Golden Grizzlies.
And Campy's pacing up and down the coach's box there. He's not happy with the productivity that he's seeing on the offensive end for his team.
No.
Definitely wants them to cut down the turnovers that he's seen up to this point. Make this game more enjoyable for himself, the rest of his coaching staff, and obviously their players who are trying to keep themselves in high spirits as they find themselves in a 7-point deficit. Make a chance to cut it to 6 here, and they do.
Jalen Jones cuts it to 6 here. We appreciate everybody listening, no matter where you're from. We know that there's 2 special ones listening out there in Tennessee. So everyone listening to this broadcast in the Oakland University Sports, we appreciate you. As Terry has the ball now here at center court, picked up by Jones, feeds it down low to Billingsley, and he's now picked up by Majok. A new challenge for him. We'll have an off-ball foul here.
And we'd like to also thank our viewers and our listeners in Chelsea, Michigan as well. We hear you, and we thank you guys for listening in to us today.
And that foul will be on DQ Cole. So DQ Cole picks up a foul there, only his second. No need to be worried about him in foul trouble. Trying to inbound it now to the Eagles. DQ Cole goes to intercept that pass, but Billingsley just out-jumps him on that one. Kind of mossed him a little bit.
And Drew, we've seen DQ Cole kind of take a different role from the team this year. Last year with the guys around him, he was able to play that pure point position, but now he's kind of able to shape up, use his body to his advantage, and create opportunities.
Nelson left alone on the wing, puts up a three, no good. Rebound DQ Cole, hands it off to Jalen Jones, and the Oakland looks to be taking their time now. 54-60 is our score. Bit of a repeat of last year when they were playing the Rockets. Jones now over on the wing, trying to get it to Mukeba, dancing a little bit on Terry. Terry not willing to give any space. Jones flips it over to Woodridge. Woodridge thinks about a three, takes it down low, elevates, and gets fouled in the process.
Late call there. Eastern bench doesn't like it, but it's the right one.
The unpaid officials of Eastern Michigan don't enjoy that call, but nonetheless, that's the call that the officials made. So Woodridge will go to the line for two. 54-60 is our score.
I think the Richter scale felt that earthquake that the Eastern bench gave him over there when they heard that late foul call. Always very controversial, but at the end of the day, the guys in stripes have the whistle.
So Woodridge will step to the line here for a shot, and it's good. Now 55-60 is the score.
Chopping back in it. That's all you can do. Take it one bucket at a time, one possession, one play, one drive, one shot. Cut this lead down any way you can is what Campy's definitely telling his guys at this moment.
Yep. And Jihad will check in for Billingsley. So some different style size there. Still another very tall member of the Eagles. Jihad at 6'8", Billingsley at 6'8", but Jihad a lot less on the frame, 195. Bit of a different player as well, more of that three-point shooter. We saw him knock down those two corners as Jones slips here, possibly wanting a little bit of a push. There's a mismatch down low as Nelson has the much smaller Jalen Jones on him. Oakland got to find a way to get rid of that one as motoring down low is Henry. He'll pick up a foul on DQ Cole. Looks to be a little bit of confusion possibly here on the Eastern bench, but getting it sorted out. So going to the free throw line now is Christian Berry, the 6'3" junior out of Chicago, Illinois. Recently played at Panola College.
And DQ is not happy with the foul calls he's getting right now, having a conversation with the ref, trying to figure out where the ref's head is, what he considers a foul and what he doesn't. There's a lot of gray with refereeing. Like law school, they'll tell you it's all gray and it's all relative, so he's really got to figure out what the ref's seeing and how he can adjust from that.
First free throw is good by Christian Henry. Make that score 55-61 now with $5 left here in the second half. Hooker ready to shoot his second one. The Oakland student section right behind that basket will look to make as much noise as they can. The cheerleading squad is going crazy. And that second free throw is good. He's not fazed by the noise.
No, he is not.
Jalen Jones now picks up that ball on the inbound pass from DQ Cole. DQ Cole gets a pass from Jalen Jones. Back to Jalen Jones. They'll play catch here for a minute. Jones thought about another pass to DQ Cole, but decided otherwise. He'll take it down low, fish it out to DQ Cole. He takes it in. Bit of a floater. It's good for DQ Cole. 55-57 now to 62 is our score. Oakland trying to claw their way back in this one like a grizzly bear.
DQ with the old-fashioned theme that the Grizzlies have been sticking with today. Leaving the outside shot, getting down to business, inside for the floater, adds the easy two.
Osornik left alone on the baseline, hands the ball to Nelson in a foul. The unpaid officials don't like it in this arena, but the paid officials make that call.
And this one's really starting to get tacky. No one's really happy with the refs at this point, green or white. Hasn't been going too good, but the officials are letting them know what business is each time they blow the whistle, and at the end of the day, nothing you can do about that. Just got to play on, do everything, control what you can control.
Calling this game a little bit tighter than I think both teams were expecting, but nonetheless, that's how they're calling it. That's how you have to adapt to play.
That's right.
57-62 is our score, 4:33 left in this one. Nelson shooting a 1-and-1 right now. First shot up, and it's good. 57-63 is the score.
Grizzly noise does not seem to be a factor for him down there. Knocks down the first free throw.
So the OU student section will attempt to distract Nelson once again. The Oakland Grizzlies bear is on the ground acting like he's digging a tunnel to China. And Nelson, it works! Nelson misses the shot! 57-63. Oakland keeps it at 6, two-possession game.
And the mascot doing his job there, making the best of that $15 an hour and helping his basketball team out.
Jalen Jones with the ball over to Neighbor LaRua. He can't handle that pass, but gets the ball back quickly and alertly. Neighbor LaRua guarded by Nelson. DQ Cole, a deep three air ball. That's not the shot I think that he was expecting. Campy's wiping the sweat off his forehead. I don't think he's happy.
The literal and physical definition of a head scratcher there from Campy. Not sure what's going on there, and if that's right, he checked, but nonetheless, got to trust your leader in DQ Cole to figure out what's best for his team at this point.
57-63, still our score. 4 minutes left now here. Pass down over to Jihad, the former Golden Grizzly, and that's no good. DQ Cole gathers that rebound. Bit of a homecoming here for Jihad from Farmington Hills, Michigan. DQ Cole with the ball. He'll take it down low. Bit of a floater off the glass. It's good. Channeling his inner Adam Sandler with the bank shot.
Yes, he is. Grown up, shout out Adam Sandler.
Terry now with the ball, taking his time, playing a little bit of a three-man weave with Nelson and Henry as they move the ball up the floor. Henry with the ball. He takes it down low. Left alone on the baseline is Jihad. Nice steal by Majok. Ball to the corner. Henry. He puts up a three. No good. DQ Cole gets that rebound. 4-point game. 59-63. 3:30 left. Woodrich with the ball up the floor. Hands it off to Jones. Jones will let the boys get organized. Campy barking out his play calls to his troops. Jones now gets a screen from neighbor Larua. Takes it down low. Can't hold the handle. Woodrich gets it. He puts it up. Hands off to Baru. Baru goes off something off his own knee, and it's out of bounds. And once again, you can hear the unpaid officials from Eastern Michigan with how loud it is in here. That is one crazy sequence. The score stays 59-63. 3 minutes left in this one. It'll come down to who's got grit, who's got more in them, who's got more left in the tank. That takes us to immediate timeout. So we'll take a break, be back with you in a couple minutes to wrap up the final 3 minutes of this one. Stick with us. And welcome back to the OU Credit Union Arena. We're getting set here to finish off this one. It's a nail-biter, 59-63, 3 minutes left here in the second half. It'll come down to who wants it more.
That's right. It's going to come down to the fundamentals, and the coaches are going to have to play a big part in this one too. More timeouts, and as you know, those last 3 minutes take a heck of a lot longer than the first three, so it's going to be a slow burner at the end of this game with a tight game between fouls, timeouts, media, everything in between, and we're excited to see how it all unfolds in favor of our Grizzlies, hopefully.
Yeah, so Terry moves the ball up the floor to Osoynik. Osoynik back to Terry. Terry over to Henry. Henry over to Osoynik in the corner. He flicks it over back to Nelson, all alone at the top of the arc. It's good for Nelson. Excuse me, that's Billingsley. Back to Billingsley, and Nelson anchoring the bottom of the paint. But he steps out to the top of the key and makes one. Jones with the ball now, feeds it to Baru. Baru takes one dribble, back to Jones in the corner, thinks about a three, doesn't go for it. Takes it down low. There's a mismatch down low with Jones versus Baru, but it's a kicked ball. We're back to playing soccer once again.
It's been a rough go offensively down the stretch here for the Grizzlies. Can't find any sort of consistency, and obviously Coach Campy's pretty frustrated as well as the other Grizzly faithful in this room. So it's been a rough look so far, but they're really going to have to dig in, stick to everything that they can get done here with 2.5 to go. Down
Jones
6.
inbound to Woodrich. One-step dribble. Puts up a three. No good. Rebound Billingsley.
Woodrich has got to start making those if he wants to get us back in it. We need him, and we're going to have to rely on him big if we want to cut into this deficit as we run low on time.
Woodrich going for a steal, not to be had. Really face guarding Henry, and he commits a foul on that one. Not what you wanted to do. So Henry will go to the line and shoot a 1-and-1 now.
Yeah, with the 30-second shot clock that they have here in college and 2:12 to go, you really start. You thinking about the math of it, right? You got to get 2 threes, but you haven't been so successful at threes. So following here is going to buy you some time, give you some opportunities to not only, one, let you guys rest, but two, let everything develop and give you some sort of time to think everything out and get everything sifted out offensively.
The key now is for the Golden Grizzlies to make their shots when they get their chances offensively. As Henry knocks down that first one.
There's no more loose opportunities here. So everything you got, if you got to pull it out of your back pocket, now's the time. Nothing left to lose at this point.
So Henry, he'll put up another shot. That one no good. Ball game will stay at 7, 59-66 in favor of the Eagles. Jones brings the ball up the floor. Christie checked into that game. Ball down low to Baru. Baru puts up a shot. It's good and one for Baru. 59-66, make it 61-66 with 2 minutes left.
And that's how you put your boys back in a ball game. You get down low, get dirty, absorb the contact, put it off the glass, and one, count that baby in a foul. We're added to the stripe to bring this baby down to 4.
Baru gave the glass a kiss with that ball.
Oh, he kissed it real nice. He's going to be kissing this ball as it goes in, and we're going to cut this thing to 4, hopefully, as Baru waits the ref to give him his ball for his free throw that he earned with some contact there. Big man taking the contact, boom, right off the glass. That's what you love to see if you're Coach Campy. Your players making plays in big moments.
Billingsley will check out. Jihad will check in. Out there for the Eagles is Terry, Henry, Jihad, Nelson, and Osoynik. Baru ready for his free throw. Puts that one up. That one's no good. Ball game will stay at 5. So Eastern will take their time here. Expect Oakland to try and trap, press something to try and get this ball back. The one thing they don't want to do, you don't want to foul. Ball goes to Nelson in the corner, sweeps across the middle, and an easy layup for Jihad. He missed it, puts it up again, he misses it again.
That's huge. That's huge. You keep it a minute.
Golden Grizzlies have to convert here if they really want to have a chance. Jones takes it down low, draws the foul. He'll go to the line. So Jones will go to the line, shoot 2. Won't be a 1-and-1 as that's the more than the 10th team foul now. 61-66 is the score. A buck 36 left. Jalen Jones at the line shooting possibly the 2 most important free throws of the game so far.
And that's huge. You've seen the Grizzlies kind of give up on the three-point ball so far. Haven't taken many of them down the stretch here and have got dirty inside, getting their points, making them count with their opportunities. Got to tip your cap and acknowledge the effort that your Grizzlies have given us here tonight.
Ring the bell as Jalen Jones makes that one. 62-66 is the score. A chance to cut it to a 1-possession game. And he cannot. Goes for the rebound, not able to get it. So score will stay 62-66. Buck 30 left here now. Henry, he'll bring that ball across center court, taking his time. Getting instructions from the coach at Eastern Michigan. Ball go over to Nelson. Majok not willing to step out on him. Ball down low to Henry. He'll take it in low. Tough shot. Rebound, Baru.
Ill-advised.
Baru looking to get the ball up to 4 quickly over to DQ Cole. Majok's wide open down low, but DQ Cole doesn't see him. He'll reset. Jalen Jones out of the top of the arc now with the ball. Enters at the elbow. Pulls up a little bit. Backs in. Puts the shot up. Not good. Majok tips it. It's good. Majok tips that ball in. 64-66. Timeout Eastern.
And we've
1 minute left.
2-point ball game. These Grizzlies have fought back, battled, and when they were written off, they put themselves right back on the page and fought back in this game. 60 seconds to go with 2 points right back that we need to get, and we'll get those right after this break.
Yeah, so we'll head to a break as we have a full timeout called right here. Stick with us. We'll be back in just a minute to give you the final minute of this one. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to a bumpin' OU Credit Union Arena. The vibes, the energy is high right now as we've got a 64-66 ball game, 1 minute left. It'll be Eastern Michigan ball when this one resumes, but Oakland looking to turn the tide in this one.
And Drew, you hit it right on the money. This crowd is alive. These players are feeling it, and they start to believe. That's what you need when you've got a group of inexperienced guys that didn't see the floor a ton last year, have gotten kind of beat down the first few games of the year against great opponents, are starting to see the ball go in, and they see the guys around them. The faces they know are starting to become elite athletes in their head. And that's what you need. Not only athleticism, not only fundamentals and coachability, but camaraderie from your team to build back in this fight and get this crowd alive.
Yes, everyone standing up on their feet. The OU student section is alive and well right now as they look to try and win this one.
And enter Sandman blasting with a 2-point deficit, 60 seconds to go. What better place could we be on a Thursday night, Drew?
Absolutely none. So, Henry will inbound the ball now to Terry. Oakland doesn't need to foul. They don't need to overly press. They're not pressed for time. They just need a stop. Terry will take his time, though, expecting to dribble this ball down to about 12 on the shot clock. It's at 18 right now. He'll move around, continue to move, gets a couple ball screens. Swings the ball down low to Nelson. Nelson picked up by Majok, puts up a shot. That shot rolls around, no good. But he gets the ball, and Woodridge has it on the ground, calls timeout. It'll stay Oakland ball. The ball bounced around, and Woodridge was able to grab it on the ground. Immediately called a timeout. So this will be Oakland ball with a chance to tie or take the lead. 36.3 left.
And how about those onions from our guys getting down on the floor, not caring about the burns on the arms? I don't see any arm sleeves on Woodridge. He didn't care. He got down there, put everything on the line that he had, and that's what you asked for, Drew. You asked for grit from your guys, and you're seeing it right now. I'm sure Campy's doing the same thing in the huddle right now. He's got 36.3 left on the game clock here, down 2. This game is in his pocket. We control our own destiny, and they can get this job done if they listen to their coach and listen to those guys that they see in that huddle and believe in one another as they've done as of late.
Absolutely, and expect coach to look for some off-ball screens, get that ball down low on the block where he likes it. He draws off that play for the past several years. It worked effectively well with Trey Towns in the last several years. Now Trey's not here this year. Look to them to go to Baru down low. 36.3 on the game clock, 30 on the shot. Watch them take it all the way down as much as they can. You don't want to give Eastern any time. Inbound pass will come from DQ Cole. Jalen Jones to receive it. Picks up the ball immediately. Gets across half court as Terry is pressing him. He'll stop right at the Oakland logo. He'll look around. Get a quick ball screen from Baru. Baru will sweep it. Jalen Jones going down low to the baseline. Kicks the ball out to DQ Cole. No shot available. 15 seconds. DQ Cole 3 for the shot. Rebound Baru. He takes it. Hands back off to DQ Cole. No passing lane available. 12 seconds left. Out to Baru at the top. Baru takes it down low. One man on a mission. Flips it up. No good. Rebound. Tied up. And we're going to get a tie-up ball. Possession will stay EMU with 4.7 left. No, EMU gets the timeout in times, it looks like. Excuse me, no, they did not get the timeout, but it will be a jump ball. It'll stay EMU ball. 4.7 left. Coach Campy calls a timeout, trying maybe to see if they can get an inbound steal or a press. Oakland had chance after chance there, just couldn't get one to convert.
No, Drew, they really couldn't get it figured out. They had DQ kind of trapped in the corner, and he picked up his dribble with Baru in front of him. Baru shielded off. They're pivoting left and right, and he's got nothing in the corner. Really a very dangerous spot for the Golden Grizzlies there that he didn't get it taken away sooner. But on the other hand, at this point, that might have not have been the worst thing. With under 5 seconds to go down 2, they're going to have to hope for a quick foul. Hopefully, with the timeout in their pocket, they'll be able to get down the floor early, get a bucket of their choice with this 2, and hope that they can hold them to 1 free throw made on the other side here if they want to have a chance to, get to overtime in this ball game and keep themselves alive.
Yeah, the go-to here for the Golden Grizzlies is obviously going to be get an initial steal. If that's not possible, a quick foul. Now what you want to do, you want to foul one of the big men. They're not as good at the line for the Eagles. Foul one of the big men. He goes to the line. Hopefully he misses one of the 2. quick timeout by coach right after the second free throw. Draw up a play, see if you can win this ball game. It's a tall task, but I've seen them do it before. We'll see if they can do it now as the horn blows and we get set for play.
And Drew, with 4.7 here, I'm not sure they're going to try and get the ball to a big man. We have to assume it's going to go to Henry or their other guys, right? And be able to, or Terry, excuse me. Those two guys are going to end up with the ball here. You got to hope they miss one. I mean, that's all you can really do at this point. You got to hope that luck is on your side, that the crowd is blowing a little bit with the student section back there that they're having to deal with, and hope that everything's in your favor as you use everything that you can down the stretch here to fight and claw back into this game as the Grizzlies have done with their valiant effort thus far.
Yep, so they're going to try. Obviously, you know where the ball's likely going to go. Your task is to not deny. Inbound will come from Henry, looking for Terry. Terry's cut up by Woodridge. He gets by Woodridge. Quick foul by Woodridge. 3.9 left on the clock here. So Terry, the star player for EMU, will go to the line.
Two biggest free throws of the day for Terry here. He's got to knock them both if he wants to come out victorious, but we'll see what he's able to do with the charity stripe.
If he's able to make both of these, the game will effectively be over. If he makes one of the two, it could get real interesting.
It sure could. And Campy having to put his guys down on the low block that he's not very comfortable with. He's putting as much size as he can down there, hoping that he gets a rebound and a quick foul with a chance to substitute. And this crowd is alive.
First free throw is good for Terry. That makes it a 3-point game with 3.9 left.
And Drew,
next free throw is crucial.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think he hit a piece of iron on that free throw. It was straight in. Not a good sign for the Oakland faithful here. We're going to hope that he misses this one.
Terry tries to isolate the crowd from this shot. Shot is up, and he makes it. That'll make it a 4-point game. Oakland inbound quick to Jones. Jones racing up the floor. He'll hoist up a shot. That shot no good, and the Eagles will escape this one with the victory. The big story in this one is the lack of three-point shooting, I think, for the Golden Grizzlies, but the effectiveness on the 2-point, 50%. So, tale of two halves, I will say.
I think you're right, Drew. I think it was very hard for the Grizzlies to stay in it defensively down low when they lost Mukeba and Craggs. It was tough. Although Mukeba went out in the second half with less than 10 to go, he didn't play a whole lot down the stretch in the first or much at all in the first half of that second half as well. So that middle 10 was really telling for the Grizzlies team today. Lost that first 5 of the second and the last 5 of the first and couldn't come out on top today, but definitely a lot of stuff they can take back to the drawing board and be happy with and thankful for moving forward as a learning moment.
Absolutely. So we appreciate everybody listening. If you enjoyed this and you want to hear interviews and more other stuff, check out the WXOU Sports YouTube page. Oakland will start another game November 30th at Toledo. That game will be at 7 p.m. We appreciate everybody listening. For Drew and Zach, have a wonderful night. Take care.